Hi everybody, my name is Varun Goel. I work as a senior fund manager at Mirae Asset Investment Managers and I manage the Mirae Asset Small Cap Fund. Today we are going to talk about the very exciting word of small caps. I think any company that we invest in, we look at several parameters. Let me just outline some of those. First and the most important thing is growth. I think it is very important that the company has a clear outlook of earnings growth for the next 3 to 5 years. Typically for the small cap space, we would expect a 15 to 20% kind of earnings growth for the next 3 to 5 years. That is the first and the most important part. Second, of course, is that it should have a good capital efficiency, which is reflected through good ROEs. We look at ROEs of the company and we expect that the ROEs should sustain above 15% going forward. Third, of course, is the valuations. I think it's extremely important that we create a portfolio which is balanced from a valuation perspective. So we are looking at growth at a reasonable price. So valuations play a role. Fourth and most important part is looking at the debt levels or the balance sheet levels. What we have seen historically is that, and especially so in the small cap space, that companies go bust mostly for two reasons. One, they have too much debt on their balance sheet which they are unable to pay, or there is poor corporate governance. So I think we'd like companies which have either low debt or negligible debt. And second, we would like to take a studied call on the corporate governance. Of course, there is no mathematical formula to do that, but typically we look at what are the kind of accounting practices that the companies follow, what is the kind of inventory days, debtor days policy that the company has, what has been the historical track record in terms of rewarding shareholders through dividends, and also if there are any related party transactions or promoter pledges and stuff like that. So these are some of the factors that we use to arrive at a considered a view on terms of corporate governance. And finally, I think the capability of the management, the capability of the promoters who are running the company is also very important. How does one evaluate it? There is no mathematical formula again, but going by the past track record of the company in terms of what they have been performing, are they living up to the expectations? Have they been meeting their guidance? These are some of the things that we check before we invest in any company. So friends, be ready for a volatile ride in the Indian small cap space in the calendar year 25. As we all know, small caps have always been a roller coaster, but as we have seen in the past 20 years, they have delivered a very, very healthy rate of compounding. And our hope is it will continue to be the case going forward too. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks and goodbye.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.